This video will demonstrate creating a graph with the information that we entered into Excel in the first part of this chapter. Let's start by selecting cell A4 through G6. Let's then go down to the bottom of the page and right-click on Sheet 1 and click on the Insert button and double-click Chart or click Chart and click OK. Now that we've created the chart, let's clean this up a little bit. Let's start by clicking on the Layout button, and then let's click on the chart title and click on Centered Overlay. And now type in Microsoft Sales versus Net Income. Now that we've created the title for the chart, let's go ahead and go to the bottom, let's click on the axes titles and click on the primary horizontal axis title and click on title below axes. Let's go ahead and type in years and enter. Let's do the same thing for an axis on the primary vertical axis, and let's click on the rotated title button and type in millions of dollars and hit return. In this case, what we did was we created a worksheet that has the chart within it. Another option would be to insert a worksheet, insert a chart into an existing worksheet. So let's do that. Once again, let's go ahead and highlight cells A4 through G6. Now let's click on the Insert button and click on the column and the 2D clustered column chart. Okay. Now once that has been created, let's go ahead and drag that over underneath our table. And let's go ahead and size that out to about the size of our table that we've created. Now, once we've done this, we can do the same things that we did with the last chart. Let's click on the Layout button, click on the chart title. Now, in this case, let's click on the above chart and type in Microsoft Sales versus Net Income. Now, let's click on the axes titles, click on primary horizontal below and title below axes, and type in years. Now let's click on, again, the axes titles, primary vertical axes, and the rotated title, and type in millions of dollars. And of course, click in Enter after typing in the millions of dollars. Now we can see we've created the axes over here, or a label for our axes over here on the left, and the label for the axes on the bottom. One of the options that we sometimes want to do is change the 2005 to the left and then progress from 2005 to 2006. So basically we need to reverse the order of the years on our chart. The way to do that is if you click on the axes at the bottom, right click, and then click on Format Axes. Then let's click on the categories in reverse order. Let's also click on the at maximum category to clean it up a little bit and click close. Now we've reversed the order of the years in our chart and we can read it from left to right as we normally like to read. Another option that we have if we would like to change our chart type from a bar chart to something else, if once again you click inside the chart itself, and now we right click and click on the Change Chart Type and click on, say, the line chart with line with markers and click OK. Now we've simply changed our chart type. It's one of the quick options that we have available in charting in Excel. Page 33 of our textbook walks us through creating sparkline charts, where if you highlight a row of data and you click on the Insert. And then notice over here you have the Sparkline charts available. However, the Sparkline charts are not available within my version of Excel, so I'm not able to walk you through that. But once again, if you were to click on the Insert, click on the type of Sparkline that you wanted and highlight, it's really a pretty straightforward process like we just went through. The last thing that I want to bring to your attention is on page 37 of our textbook. It's the best practices for spreadsheet models. These 5 items within, when working through this course, are absolutely best practices. Oftentimes, having worked in accounting for many years, that I sometimes have issues with some of the things that our authors like to share with us. However, in this case, having spent many hours working with Microsoft Excel, these 5 items are absolutely best practices, and we will continue to try to emphasize these items throughout the course. There is one 6th best practice that I would like to add, and that is doing a print preview and formatting of each one of your spreadsheets. Simply, if we were to click on the File button and click on the Print button, here you can see that it gives us, or it's going to show us, what this is going to look like if we print it out. Now, in this case, I can see that just a quick change could dress this up just a little bit. So in this case, if I click on the Page Setup button, and some of the things that I can do, if I wanted to, I could click on the Landscape button and say OK, and notice it changes it from a portrait to a landscape. I don't really like that, so I'm going to click it back to the portrait. But the one that I do use frequently is if I click on the Margins tab and center my spreadsheet horizontally, there it simply centered this a little bit better than it was previously. It's one of the very quick and easy ways to dress up a spreadsheet and make sure that it prints and is going to print well for those individuals that like to print their spreadsheets. That concludes our video on graphing in Excel. We'll be back in Chapter 2.